Keith, we've had a rare week without a competitive mid-week fixture. Has that been good for you in terms of extra time on the training pitch?
Well, we had a bounce game on Tuesday, which was a great game for the players who hadn't played too much football, and it was great to watch a lot of the young kids involved, some of the experienced players, and it was a great advertisement for the future of football club again. So we've had a good week, there's no question about that, and we've just got to tidy up on one or two things during the week in training to make sure that we get it right with the small detail on Saturdays, because from a defensive point of view it's not reflecting how good a defender we've got at this football club. The amount of goals that we've conceded, the individual mistakes that we're making, and it's a shame for the boys really, because we're better than the mistakes that we're making. But the encouraging thing is we're creating opportunities, a lot of opportunities as well. For us to score 3 goals away from home like we did last weekend, and only get a point, it's minimal reward. But if you consider the turnaround in opportunities that we're making from the Middlesbrough game onwards, it's been quite a number. So we've got to retain those numbers, regardless of which opposition we play against. But defensively, it's the small detail that's really letting us down. And Saturday was a bad reflection on the preparation work that we do. We do a lot of preparation work in making sure that the players know the responsibilities. And this is what I was alluding to after the game when I'm talking about the supporters. They don't see it. They don't see the responsibility that we give down to the individuals. And it's a shame really, because it's not reflecting on what was a good performance. But 3 key moments in the game, we was very slack and didn't take the responsibility that the players know belongs to them individually. And it's a shame, because if I look at the whole game as a spectacle and a performance, it was more than acceptable to get 3 points. But there's not an awful lot lost. We're in a positive position. I look at the football club and I can see it growing. I look at the squad and I'm quietly optimistic, not just with the face value of the squad, the players that recruited, the players that retained, but the players actually coming through. And I think that was reflected obviously in the Checker-Trade game, and it's being backed up in training, and it's being backed up in the bounce games that we're having. So I'm quietly confident with the future of the football club, and we're putting into place, and we always try to, this football club, or I have, is a layering system where when the time comes to let players leave on the right terms, then we're able to do that. And I really see some of the young players coming through. Aaron Morley, for example, he's not been in the wilderness, but he's been developing on the training pitch with the youth team, but training with the first team. And I've seen a real development in him recently where he's probably ready. You've
touched on opportunities created. I was having a look at the goals we've scored. There's only been 1 game this season where we haven't managed to get on the score sheet. That must be really pleasing as well.
It is. It's a reflection that you have as a manager, but I reflect obviously on what it is we're doing well. Key components of the games, obviously you've got to keep the ball out of your own net, and we're not quite doing that, and that's the reflection on the amount of goals that we've conceded, and they are again it seems to be part of the DNA. Individual errors, are we quite good enough? Do we protect one another better? We have to do, there's no question about that. But I think we scored twice the amount of goals that we scored this time last year, but I think we conceded twice as many as well. It's a lot of goals for us to concede, but hey, we're still not bottom of the league yet.
And just finally, we're at home to Gillingham on Saturday. Your thoughts on that one?
It's a good game. They had an unbelievable season last season when you consider, the turnaround in management, the turnaround in the way they played, the results that they got. At one point they were pushing for playoffs. But there's a lot of football clubs like ourselves who can push and push and push. But then when you need to run them extra yards, you find it very difficult. You end up treading water. And I think they go into a similar sort of category as football club as us. You don't want to be treading water. But sometimes in this league, for clubs like ourselves and Gillingham, you do end up treading water.